things.
What's up, guys? So as you guys know, we are back in Colorado. It's such a weird thing being here after like 16 days out on the road, like 3,000 plus miles, like 82 hours of like sitting in that seat and driving. But so yeah, now we have to get kind of back on the grind. So obviously the Mustang's kind of dirty. We beat it up a little bit in the back, so we almost ripped off the rear bumper, but good thing these things are held on by like 300 clips. So I want to get this kind of pushed out a little bit, get the rear bumper kind of tied back up on there, and not, you know, looking a little bit cleaner. We also need to unload the toolbox. As you guys know, I have a spare 2GZ GTE VVTi head now. We have a spare differential underneath the bottom. We have all these wheels and tires. We have some new tires, and I think that's about it for whatever's in the car. The other thing that I need, I've basically been missing my knife. Oh, there's that door chime. This thing like eats my knife. Every time I sit in here, like my knife just goes disappears. And normally it's just right here in the back seat. So where'd it go? So I guess I lost my knife. So that's another Benchmade down the drain, or maybe it's just in the car. Normally they always turn up. I have 3 of them now, or I had 3 of them, because I'd basically lose one and then I'd buy another one and then I'd find the other one and I'd put it in my closet. But I think I'm fresh out. So I'm gonna have to order me another Benchmade for my little pocket knife. But the guys over there at Flowmaster, they actually hooked it up with this exhaust system. So this is actually for the Ecoboost. So it has a Y pipe, and it's basically a 3-inch to 2, like 2 3/4, I believe. We'll have to take a little bit better look when we get it out of there. I was actually supposed to have this right before we left, but there was a shipping delay due to weather or something like that. But it was scheduled to come the day before we left, or I think the Saturday, because we left on Monday or something, and it got delivered Monday night after we left. So, but yeah, the stock exhaust on the car, it's basically one side is a muffler, and one is just a straight pipe. So it's basically a 3-inch to a 2.5-inch Y, and then one side straight pipe and one side has a muffler. So it's kind of annoying. It has like a weird drone when you're driving, especially when you tow the trailer. And this one, I'll show you guys when we get it out. But we have these headlights right here too, and so these are another thing that I'm pretty excited about. So Morimoto, this is one of the only places that actually just came out with a full set of headlights, replacement headlights for these things, which is crazy, because if you guys have a Mustang and you break your headlights, the OEM headlights, I think at the dealer, they're like $1,100 a piece for those headlights. And when you get on eBay, that was one of the issues I had right before we left. And a subscriber actually sent me a good or a decent driver's side headlight, and I had to make some brackets because the tabs were broken. But that's pretty much what you get with on these things. Since the Mustang is, you know, the nature, you guys have all seen the videos of them leaving car shows, they do inherently do weird stuff, and they get wrecked a lot. And so there's a ton of them at the auction, and every single one of them pretty much needs headlights, because it always breaks the headlights, because the headlight is really heavy and the tabs are kind of small. So anyhow, I got one, I made it work, but now we have these brand new Morimoto ones, which they just came out with, courtesy of Headlight Revolution. And so I'll put all the links in the description and talk about that here in a little bit. But they sent these headlights out, so I'm excited to get those. But this whole pair is like $750 for brand new OE, or you know, aftermarket ones, which are actually really cool. They look a little bit different. They change up the look of it, because the only other option is like some aftermarket ones, I think made, I don't know, they're really aftermarket, and they don't have the LEDs. They're basically a halogen bulb, which every single one of these had the projectors with the HIDs in them, basically. So really cheap looking, really fake looking, and those ones are almost the same price as these. And I'm assuming they're just going to be way less quality, and the OEM ones are just stupid expensive. So if you guys have a Mustang, I guess we're going to see how these things are. We're going to see how they look, see how they fit. I'm too excited. I have to open it. All right, so check these guys out. So instead of having like a big giant muffler in the, I wish I had my knife, I'd cut these things off. So instead of having like a big giant muffler in the back, it kind of has this is the FX series, so it's a lot smaller. So this is going to save us some weight. And the other thing thing is right now on my car, I have a, it's basically a 2.5, or it's a weird 3-inch into this thing, whereas this is actually like a decent Y pipe. So we'll play with this a little bit and get this exhaust all welded up, but I'm assuming it's gonna sound really good. That's it. So the other thing that's kind of weird about this exhaust too is since there's basically a muffler on one side and a straight pipe on the other side, is that when we were on the dyno, like all the exhaust was going out of one side and it wasn't like evenly, you know, obviously like path of least resistance. There was like a little bit of exhaust coming out of this side, but there's mostly going out of that other side. So yeah, I'm excited to get that actual Y pipe on there, and then these like little mufflers. I think it's actually, I don't know, what do you think it's gonna sound like?
These are pretty small. Are they supposed to be like?
It's kind of like it's like a race. I think it's more of like a race muffler.
Race muffler. Does it have like a midsection muffler or anything, or just this?
Yeah. So basically, just
these are the only like resonators or mufflers.
Yeah.
And it eliminates that little stock shoebox resonator.
Yeah. So that's basically what this is right here. So, and like I said, the thing that I might change a little bit is since I already have my exhaust is already a 3-inch right here, I'll probably go ahead and actually cut that and just cut it a little bit further up here and like smash my 3-inch and then just weld it to that, so it'll be like a 3-inch to a 2.5 instead of like a 3-inch to a 2.5 and then dual 2.5. So that's kind of the plan so far. Yeah.
And then these just come off the Y pipe.
Yeah, these just come off the Y pipe and then just go out the back. And then,
I think it's gonna.
So we're gonna get out, and then I really want some pop pop bang bang tune, and I want to shoot 2 fireballs out of the back.
So is this essentially a Ecoboost?
Yeah. So this is 100% Ecoboost, and again the Ecoboost downpipe, factory downpipe, is 2.5 to right here. So this is meant to bolt onto your stock Ecoboost car. You know, catalytic converter, downpipe, stock exhaust. So you literally don't have to modify anything. You could just bolt this on and get a lot more noise out of your stock Ecoboost. But since obviously mine's we're basically utilizing this for the Y pipe and the back section, so we could have kind of like OEM fitment without having to make a bunch of custom stuff.
Good thing is,
yeah, and it just worked out.
We'll fix that. Yeah, we'll fix it, and then they'll basically look just like this side. Obviously, it won't have like the inner tip piece that it has there.
The tip is way bigger too, so I think this is a 4-inch tip.
So actually fill the
and it's black too.
There, yeah,
so that's a big boy right there. And when I made that exhaust too on that side, it's kind of crooked.
So it's just gonna look and sound better.
It's gonna look and sound better, yeah. So
I'm excited.
I
think it's gonna rip.
I wish we would have had it on for the trip, but I'm excited to get it on now.
Sorry, but maybe it'll be dronier. We don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess.
It's 5/8 or whatever. All right, guys. So we got the car up on the lift. As you can see, we got this Treve Customs exhaust. This was literally like an hour before we left. Actually, no, it was an hour before everybody else left. And so yeah, we made this basically just because I cut off this to get a little bit of sound and just to get it out of the back of the car. Then we used this OEM tip just because we're cruising through California. You know, you gotta make it look OEM. Yeah, solid subframe bushings was the source of the earplugs the whole way home. But so we're basically gonna pull off this factory exhaust. You can see this big thing. It's crazy how quiet this thing was. If you guys don't remember the first start of this thing all hooked up, it sounded exactly like an Ecoboost rental car and was super lame. Where did I do this at? I like board slid the car somewhere. Maybe that was at Grange.
Oh, get the diff a little bit.
Yeah,
probably.
Should we look at my frame rails too and see if I shaved them down a little bit? Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Where?
Look at that. We shaved them a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, not bad, but
No,
like the whole things are. That's what Grange does to your car, guys.
Yeah, it's got some apparent.
And then we got a little bit under here too.
Yeah.
Exhaust is getting a little flatter.
It's getting oval.
I need to look at the.
Turn into an oval.
I need to look at the drive shaft too, because I feel like that thing is like. We need to
Just
get
taking it
we need to
balance.
get the drive shaft balance. Is all there is to it, but. Okay, so we basically cut off that, turned it into a little bit of an oval. So now we got a 3-inch oval. We got a 3-inch piece of exhaust tube. Stuck it in the vise, clamped it down, shaped it a little bit, and look at that. I mean, I'd say that's pretty good transition. So, and then instead of going into a shoebox and getting split up, it'll basically hit that perfectly in the center and get nice and divided. So we'll have, I think, a lot better exhaust flow. We should go show them my exhaust over here. The previous one,
What you were working with? So the 3 inches came off the downpipe.
So imagine just a shoebox, and this is a flat, basically it's flat in there, flat here, and this just goes into there. And if you look, just look at how beautiful that is.
Just like a brick wall.
Like a brick wall. And so this is
And then on the,
the
other,
reason,
like on the other side, you can see too. It's like there's where the other one goes, but it's.
and that's why no exhaust was going over there. And I kind of put this pipe over here just a little bit, so it would, so most of the exhaust would go out of that side. You know, Treve's Customs. We did what we had to do, and it made 500 and some horse on that. But now it's gonna make 500 and more. So we made an exhaust. So as you can see, we have a Flowmaster Ecoboost 3-inch. We modified that. I really think that turned out really good, that transition right there. I mean, that looks really good.
Nice oval 3-inch to
And don't
right to the splitter.
mind my pretty welds, but I think that's
you
just
can't
gonna,
tell, like that's the Flowmaster weld and that's a
Treve's
weld, so-
weld.
not too bad.
But yeah, so the rear section is technically 3-inch. So if we ever wanted to like make a lot of power on this thing, we could cut that off, do like a 3.5 to 2 3-inch, or like a 4-inch to a 3-inch Y, and have dual 3-inch outlets. But kind of the goal is I really want this thing to spit like 2 big old flames out of the back. I think that'd be sick. So
I mean, it should be possible. All you have for resonators are these little race mufflers. So
they're little race guys. So
let's get it on there
I think
and see
it's
what it sounds like.
I think it's actually gonna sound more like a JZ now, because I don't know, that other one, it's just weird. I think
Yeah, it had a weird tone to it, especially with
think
it being like one muffler.
for
and
it
then
being
one muffler.
straight piped, it wasn't straight piped. because I think that was basically a resonator, how it kind of goes in there and then had to like disperse.
Yeah,
so I think
hitting
having
like a wall and then searching its way around in that little box thing, and then
definitely
trying to find the tube, and then it was like, oh, we're all gonna go this side, and not this side.
So now we have an American exhaust on my JDM swap.
Yeah.
Let's throw it on.
See what it sounds like.
All right, so as you guys know, Treve's Customs is very capable, but using this whole system, basically like an OEM fitting back section, just saves me a whole ton of time, and I really appreciate Flowmaster for sending this out. And I'll throw some links and stuff in the description if you guys want to go check out their website. It's basically Holley, so Holley owns like everything. So if you guys like Holley, like Dominator, like the ECUs and the carburetors and like the freaking like Nitrous Express, it's all under like this Holley umbrella. So I'll throw Holley's website. They have all this stuff. Pretty cool website. You can basically go to the website, type in your year, make, model, all that stuff basically pops up. This is one of the things that popped up. Were the very few things that worked for that I could actually use on this swap, since it wasn't like a Coyote or and it was an Ecoboost, but it worked out really good that it was Ecoboost because of the single inlet with the Y. So we're gonna lower this thing down and see how it sounds. Doesn't that just look like way beefier?
Oh yeah.
Big old tips with some little
Big old black tips.
Ty, are you saying you want a big old black tip? Different.
It's like low. It's like deep straight
It's
pipe
like-
JZ. It's like a straight pipe JZ, but like deeper.
It has like the straight pipes right here, and it like just kind of takes it down just enough.
It's also even now, so you gotta think it's like even. It's like even piping.
I want to go drive it now.
That's what I figured. That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Let's throw them other headlights in. As you can see, these headlights, they look pretty good from the outside, but right here on the bottom, there was some broken tabs, and I did make do. Basically just took some of this like random, I think this is like plumbing strapping or something for like HVAC, but there were some cracks right here on the bottom. I kind of sealed those up and then made these little things just so it wouldn't bounce around. Kind of did the same thing right here, and you can see they don't really hold themselves in there that well. And this side, basically all the tabs were broken. And look, I even made another bracket. I made a bracket for that. Look at that, Treve's Customs. So I made
Bracket on a bracket.
a bracket on a bracket. So these ones were completely, they're pretty bad. And then if you actually look on the back, I have a zip tie holding the projector lens. You can see that, but the little projector lens basically came loose in there and got broken. So what we're gonna do is just put the new ones on. Where'd they go? So if you guys haven't seen these things, they basically have a kind of a C looking thing, or like a U, and that's the daytime running light, and then it actually has an LED, whereas these ones are HID. So these ones draw a little bit more amperage than those should, and you know, obviously we got a lot of electrical stuff kind of going on this car, you know, with electric power steering and all that stuff, so anything helps. But it's gonna be nice actually having all of the tabs on there and I'm excited to see how it looks with that that new style kind of LED thing. We need to adjust them because this car was wrecked, and just get them all lined up. But we're mostly testing the exhaust right now. I don't know. It doesn't. It's not. It doesn't. I don't know. Part of me feels like it's louder, and part of me just feels like it's like smoother.
Yeah, I feel like it just sounds smoother. It doesn't necessarily sound louder.
And the other thing is we just got done like towing with this thing with the trailer.
Yeah, how many hours?
With the exhaust pointed right at the trailer, which I think makes it drone and stuff a little bit more. But it sounds better. Like it definitely sounds smoother. It kind of it more so has that Jay-Z tone, like sound to it. Like it sounds like it has a Jay-Z. It kind of has more like the symphony versus just the kind of like crap that you get. But yeah, we definitely need to adjust these headlights, but they're really freaking bright. Like really bright. You ready to hear some wastegate?
That's over here.
Yeah, it definitely sounds smoother.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get an outside clip.
Sounds good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, the headlight's like pointed at the moon.
Alright, so we're gonna get these guys dialed in. This gets just a little Allen key right there that goes to the bottom of the thing, and watch it just come up. They're pretty bright.
about it. Now she just needs a fixed bumper and some AC.
Yes, we need to fix up the rear bumper, the AC. I want to get some more CAN bus stuff to work. I need to actually get the fans wired to where they actually turn off and on with the ECU. But, you know, again, that was more so like last minute rush stuff before the trip. What do you think? I mean, what do you think of that? I guess we can turn it back on.
So they look sleek.
So
black and smooth.
I know. I was reading the comments on some of the other videos, and you guys are probably already gonna say what they look like. It makes this car look like another car, and this car already has a little bit of an identity crisis. So we're throwing some other stuff in the mix, but I honestly think they look really cool. I like how they're really dark and black, and especially when it's like that, because now that the car has the black wrap in that spot, it just kind of blends in. And, you know, it kind of almost doesn't look like it has a headlight in it. But, you know, LEDs are super bright. And, yeah, huge shout out to the retrofit source for kind of sending these things out and helping me out with this thing, because obviously those other ones were really broken. And, again, it is a really good option if you guys do buy a wrecked Mustang or have a Mustang with a broken headlight. Literally, you could buy this set of headlights, both of them, for the same price as one like used OEM headlight, which is crazy. And you could sell your good OEM headlight or whatever, or you could basically pay yourself to install these headlights.
Yeah. Or if you, like I said, if you like that look.
Yeah.
So they are a little bit sleeker. I mean,
especially because it's different, because there's literally no other options for these things. And
they do sell some options too on there. They have like these. They have some sequential turn signals and everything too. So that's
the sequential turn signals. Maybe I need to send them an email.
Yeah,
say, hey,
get those going.
Because
the RTR lights already.
And they have those other tail lights too, that make the rear of the car look like
the Ford GT ones.
Yeah, they look like a Ford GT. It's a really interesting look for the rear of these.
I mean, we did break the tail lights. You broke the tail lights.
We did break the tail lights, but I'm scared to put expensive headlights and tail lights on it now. But again, the retrofit source, they have a bunch of stuff to basically build your headlights, do custom builds, all that type of stuff, and they sell all the diodynamic stuff. They sell all kinds of LEDs and HIDs and all kinds of kits and conversion stuff. But again, really appreciate Flowmaster and Holly and Retrofit Source. So links and stuff in the description. But I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little cruising it around. I didn't think I'd be excited to drive this thing again after like
after 65 hours in it?
No, with 82 hours.
82?
It was like,
oh, jeez.
82 hours total, but it was like 3,000 plus miles. But I think single disc clutch, get rid of that twin disc, and Cletus and Cars. So when you mention Cletus and Cars, that's the 15th in Houston. I really, really want the Civic done for that, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I think the 2J Mustang is going to go down there, and we're going to freaking give her a poppy bangy burnout thing. But more on that to come in the future. Appreciate you guys watching. See you guys later.